All right, big weekend of football and some baseball. Blue Jays are whooping on the Yankees. Reds got bounced. So yeah, hard the MLB playoffs. We had the Bengals lose to the Lions on Sunday at home. That was a bummer. Mahomes didn't look too great last night. The Bills lost to the Patriots. The Chargers lost to the Giants. I believe that was last week. And then the Saints beat the Giants. So yeah, that's pretty crazy stuff in the college football world. UCLA beat Penn State. How about that? Big upset. Number 7 Penn State losing to winless UCLA. That's crazy. Texas lost to Florida. So now Ohio State is number 1. They beat Minnesota. Number 2 is Miami, Florida, I believe. So yeah, Illinois, Indiana is ranked. They're doing well. Big Ten's pretty solid. Big stuff there. In the FCS 1AA world, the smaller D1, the Montana, North Dakota states are always up there. Youngstown State is ranked high. I went down and saw Tennessee Tech this weekend. They're 7th in the nation, undefeated, just putting a beat down on teams. They got like 2 or 3 defensive touchdowns this last week. They go to Charleston Southern on Saturday. They've only made the playoffs once before, ever, and they lost. So if they make the playoffs, they're looking for their first ever win. That would be big. Yeah, quarterback's a transfer from, I think, Eastern Washington. He's doing pretty good because they're going to the SoCon Southern Conference next year out of the OVC. Yeah, we were watching some Tarleton State. It was like 42-42. It was a tight game. Yeah, exciting stuff. They were playing Southern Utah. But yeah, some upsets, some beatdowns. And one beatdown that's pretty wild is the Mark Sanchez story. You guys seen that? It was like, we got news breaking, and it's like, oh, he got stabbed. Wow, that's crazy. Was he just, random victim? And then he was in the hospital. The old USC Jets quarterback, now he's an analyst on TV. The Sanchez butt fumble. But he made it to the AFC Championship game at least once. Almost the Super Bowl. So he apparently was very, innocent till proven guilty. This is just the little reports we got seeing. All right. We got so drunk. He got so drunk. He was yelling at the 69-year-old grease truck driver, food delivery driver, that he was double parked or you can't park there. And the guy's like, oh, whatever, And then Sanchez walked up again and was, kind of like yelling and pushing him and stuff. So then there was an physical altercation. He's 37. And the guy's like, almost double his age. The guy pepper sprayed Sanchez, and that didn't work. He was still going after him. So then he stabbed him in self-defense, apparently. And then so there's video of Sanchez kind of stumbling, walking down the sidewalk with like a wet spot on his chest, which would have been his blood from the stab wound. I haven't seen the video of the altercation or anything. I can't find it. But that's pretty wild. I think they're looking, and then they arrested Sanchez in the hospital. So, Indianapolis Metro Police Division, they did that. So, That's all I know. It's pretty wild. It's hard to jump to conclusions when we don't have all the info. But it appears that Sanchez was drunk late at night and messed with the wrong guy. But this could be the end of his broadcasting career. He could go to prison for 6 years if all this is, the reports that I've seen. But again, don't have all the info, don't know what's going on, innocent until proven guilty, all that. But yeah, crazy story with Mark Sanchez. I'm just wondering, why put yourself in that situation as a full-grown adult? You don't need to be doing that. It was like around midnight or late at night. Nothing good happens after midnight. The choices we make, they are important. You can't be doing that. Well, yeah, this weekend went to professional wrestling, WWE in Cincinnati. Saw Cody Rhodes and Randy Orton tag team against Bronson Reed, Braun Breaker. Saw Tiffany Stratton and Stephanie Vicaire do the contract signing for the Crown Jewel Perth champion versus champion next week. That was cool. We saw Paul Heyman, and then Seth Rollins came out. That was good. And we saw Angela Dawkins with a win. Hometown Cincinnati man. We saw Booker T on the commentary. That was cool. LA Knight against Rusev. That was fun. The War Raiders against the New Day. And they slammed Xavier Woods through a table. That was pretty cool. What else did we see? That's all I can think of. It was pretty exciting. It was a good time. It was the birthday weekend. Had some football, watched some wrestling. Went to Buc-ee's. If anyone ever went to Buc-ee's, we went to the one in Richmond, Kentucky. They're opening one up near Dayton, Ohio, Wayne, Heber Heights area. The one in Richmond near EKU was pretty awesome. It was exciting. It was fun. We love Buc-ee's. Got some bumper stickers, got some food, and got the brisket sandwich. So it was a good time. Obviously, we saw Sami Zayn defend the U.S. title against Aleister Black. That was a good one. And then Damian Priest came and threw him through a table. Razor's Edge through a table. That was cool. Randy Orton put Braun Breaker through a table. The announcer table. But yeah, Buc-ee's, football, wrestling, exciting stuff. It is exciting. Went to church with the kids and did some work. It was great. That was kind of it. Back to the normal week. It's nice fall weather. Pumpkin patch season. So yeah. But exciting stuff. We'll see what happens with Mark Sanchez and the football this week. But we're weeding out the weak teams. We'll see what happens.